We'll play it again.
5 years.
Do a replay value. Do a no-hit run. Whoa. Hey, it's Wolverine.
5.
There he is. In all of his glory. In the Pac-Man light. Oops. 5
years.
$5
Develop
$2 a month.
hours of gameplay.
You don't even have $5?
Now, listen. They didn't charge a ton for it. All right? So it's not a pricing issue here. It's a quality issue here. When you make someone wait 5 years for something, you expect something great.
Project 7.
All right?
Been more than 5 at this point.
Let me see if I can fast forward the actual. Here we go. Because I know this is. Sadly, I didn't grab a boss. Here's a boss fight.
And he know damn well.
Situation.
source of light and heat that you get. Like if we also have more wholesome leaves to read here. I can read it to you right here, sure. Hungry? You need any like protein bars, snacks? I think I saw some snacks in the woods. We can go look for them later. It might be heat food. I was actually referring to the fire. What is my temp? I think I pretty much have an internal cooling and heating system, so it's just literally any temperature that I want. So 69 degrees. Also, what's up? Welcome to the chat, Blood Ram. That's apparently your name at the fair sale. What's up, Blood Ram? Do I like how to call when I blush? I do divert a tiny amount of temperature from the rest of my brow, so I get like a little bit colder, but then my cheeks do get slightly warmer. I love melted apple. You're like an apple popsicle. Actually, like, literally the popsicle design, just a little purple apple as a popsicle. Then you get to lick apple. Cool design. We gotta make some more. I gotta start someone needs to start, I'm not naming names, but someone needs to start a VTuber popsicle / ice cream truck that sells shitty renditions of your favorite VTubers as popsicles. Fucked up misplaced gumbo as absolutely. Oh, that's the Blood Ram. Nice, yeah. Thank you, Blood Ram. I'll send you some reference images. I'll send you a bunch of pictures of me and my VTuber friends. Now that we're in the mood for a little horror, let me pull up and see what page where we live here. Roxy Danielewski's House of Leaves. Everything's set up where I need it to be. You mix the cream and produce the popsicles. Thank you. Oh my god, that would be so cool. that would be a crazy fun, just a thing to make a day out of. Looks like we're in chapter 5. Raji welcomed the intrusion, something to relieve the loneliness of the place. Oh, hello. Hello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Let's begin. It is impossible to appreciate the importance of space in the Davidson record without first taking into account the significance of echoes. However, before even beginning a cursory examination of their literal and thematic presence in the film, echoes reverberating within the word itself need to be distinguished. Generally speaking, echo has two coextensive histories, the mythological one and the scientific one. For this, David Eric Katz argues for a third, the epistemological one. Of course, the implication that the current categories of myth and science ignore the reverberation of knowledge itself is not true. Katz's treatment of repetition, however, is still highly rewarding. His list of examples in Table 3 are particularly impressive. See the third beside you, an analysis of the epistemological echo by David Eric Katz, Oxford University Press, 1982. Each provides a slightly different perspective on the inherent meaning of recurrence, especially when that repetition is imperfect. To illustrate the multiple resonances found in an echo, the Greeks conjured up the story of a beautiful mountain nymph. Her name was Echo, and she made the mistake of helping Zeus succeed in one of his sexual conquests. Hera found out and punished Echo, making it impossible for her to say anything except the last words spoken to her. Soon after, Echo fell in love with Narcissus, whose obsession with himself caused her to pine away until only her voice remained. Another lesser-known version of this myth has Pan falling in love with Echo. Echo, however, rejects his amorous offers, and Pan, being the god of civility and restraint, tears her to pieces, burying all of her except her voice. Adonta Tomata. Adonta equals her still-ringing limbs. 47. Note that luckily in this chapter, Zampanio penciled many of the translations for these Greek and Latin quotations into the margins, and went ahead and turned them into footnotes. In both cases, Alpha-Phobia results in the total negation of Echo's body and the near negation of her voice. 48. Alvin Lobos Stilets, Greek Mythology Again, Boston, Bellicist Press, 1995, page 343 to 497, as well as Ovid's Metamorphoses, Iffy, 356 to 410. But Echo is an insurgent. Despite the divine constraints imposed upon her, she still manages to subvert the god's rule. After all, her repetitions are far from digital, much closer to analog. Echo colors the words with faint traces of sorrow, the Narcissus myth. Her accusation, the Pan myth, never present in the original, as Ovid recognized in his Metamorphoses. What is this, Latin? Spreading the tet solus, Protobundac, Frandibus, Ura protegit et solus, exigib vivit in entris, sed, tam inherit amura, crescitique dolora repulsa, extenuant vigilis corpus miserabile, cura. I'm gonna jump ahead here, eloquently translated by Horace Gregory as. So she was turned away, to hide her face, her lips, her guilt among the trees, even their leaves to haunt the caves of forest. To feed her over melancholy sorrow, which sleepless turned her body to a shade, first pale and wrinkled, then a sheet of air, then bones which some say turned to thin worn rocks, and last her voice remained, vanished in forest. Far from her usual rocks and hills and valleys, she's heard burial occur. Her voice has life. The Metamorphoses by Ovid, New York, A Mentor Book, 1958, page 97. To repeat, her voice has life. It possesses a quality not present in the original, revealing how a nymph can return a different and more meaningful story, in spite of telling the same story. 49. Literary mover Miguel de Cervantes set down this compelling passage in his Don Quixote, Part 1, Chapter 9. Which Anthony Mariner translates as, truth, whose mother is history, whose the rival of time, depository of deeds, witness of the past, example and lesson to the present, and warning to the future, and much later, a yet untried disciple of Worms had the rare pleasure of meeting the extraordinary Pierre Menard in a Paris cafe following the Second World War. Reportedly, Menard expounded on his distinct distaste for Madeleines, but never mentioned the passage and echo of Don Quixote he had penned before the war, which had subsequently earned him a fair amount of literary fame. Never did? I can't read this. This exquisite variation in the passage by the ingenious layman is far too dense to unpack here. Suffice it to say, Menard's nuances are so fine they are nearly undetectable. They'll talk with Framer, and you will immediately see how haunted they are by sorrow, accusation, and sarcasm. 50. Exactly the fact you read about exquisite variation when both passages are exactly the same. Oh, fuck, are they? I know that, I mean, well, there's typos that are different, so it wasn't copy-pasted. I'm sure the late hour has helped. Add to that the dim light mirror and how poorly I've been sleeping. Going to sleep and I'm really resting. That's possible. But let me tell you, sitting alone awake to nothing else but this odd murmuring. Like listening to the penitent pray. You know it's a prayer, but you miss the words. Or better yet, listening to a bitter curse. Realizing your whole room is being ushered into the world but still missing the words. Me like that. Wrestling in my way by comparing in his way both Spanish fragments, both written out on brown leaves of paper. I know that's not right, not brown, more like I don't know, yet brown. But in the failing light, appearing almost colored or the memory of a color, it is somehow violent. Close to that, or not at all. So I just kept reading both pieces over and over again, trying to detect at least one differing accent or letter. Wanting to detect at least one different accent or letter. Getting almost desperate in that pursuit, only to repeatedly discover perfect similitude. Though how can that be, right? If it were perfect, it wouldn't be similar, it would be identical. And you know what? I've lost this sentence. I can't even finish it. Don't know how. Here's the point. The more I focus on the words, the further I seemed from my room. No sense where, either, until all of a sudden, around the edges of my tongue, toward the back of my mouth, I started to taste something extremely bitter, almost metallic. I began to gag. I didn't gag, but I was certain I would. Then I got a whiff of that same something awful I detected of the sharp in the hair. Faint as hell at first, until I knew I'd smelled it. And then it wasn't faint at all. A whole lot of red was suddenly packed up my nose, slowly creeping down my throat, closing it off. I started to throw up, watery chunks of vomit flying everywhere, sluicing out of me onto the floor, splashing onto the wall, even onto this. Except I only coughed. I didn't cough. I lightly cleared my throat, and then the smell was gone, and so was the taste. I was back in my room again, walking around in the dim light, jittery, disoriented but hardly fooled. I put the fragments back in the trunk, worked the perimeter of my room, glass of bourbon, a token of blue. There we go. Bring on the haze. But who am I kidding? I can still see what's happening. My line of defense has not only failed, it failed brilliantly. Don't ask me to defend the line either, or where exactly it's needed, or even what it stands in defense against. I haven't the faintest idea. This much, though, I'm sure of. I'm alone, in hostile territories, with no clue where they're hostile, or how to get back to safe havens. An old haven, last haven, with the temperature dropping, the air heaving and pitching towards a profound darkness. Or before my idiotic, emerautic god laughs, actually cackles as more like it. Lost in his own litany of inside jokes. Completely out of his head, out of focus too. Zones of zen, among other things, having snapped through my bow like piano wires, leaving me with absolutely no sound way to determine where the hell I'm going. Even though right now, going to hell seems like a pretty sound bet. In his own befettered way, John Hollander has given the world a beautiful and strange reflection on love and longing. To read his marvelous dialogue on Echo, 52, see John Hollander's The Figure of Echo, Berkeley, University of California Press, 1981. His defendant's author standing perfectly still in the middle of the sidewalk, eyes wild with a cascade of internal reckoning, lips acting out some unintelligible discourse, inaudible to the numerous students who race by him, noting his mad appearance and quite rightly offering him a wide berth, so they escape into someone else's class. 53. Kelly Tomato makes mention of Hollander in her essay, mid-sentence, mid-stream, Inglorious Glorious, Graphomania. Edited by T.N. Joseph Tressler. City University of Iowa Press, 1989, page 345. Highlander begins with a virtual catalog of literal echoes. For example, the Latin Deculorum Unus Etatum Trivi in Cicerone. I don't know. Echoed by the Greek room. I've spent 10 years on Cicero. S. Lucerum Studio Latin, described by the echo as the Greek. The Muses studies the Varians. Or Narcissus' rejection, earlier occurring sat tibi copia nostra, to which echo responds, sat tibi copia nostra. Narcissus, may I die before I give you power over me. Echo, I give you power over me. On page 4, he even provides a woodcut from Athenius Kircher's New Herb, when focused Nordlingen, 1684. Illustrating an artificial echo machine designed to exchange clamor for fur echoes. And finally, our outcry returns as love, delays, errors, and king. Where does Highlander start there? His slim volume abounds with examples of textual transfiguration, though in an effort to keep from repeating the entire book, let this heart-wrenching interchange serve as a final example. Shidera fan Randalura Lura. Who will put an end to this great sadness? The hours passing. While the figure of Echo takes special delight in clever word games, Highlander knows better than to limit his examination there. Echo may live in metaphors, puns, and the suffix "service" ex jib vivit in interest. Literature's rocky caves. 54. From that time on, she lived in lonely caves. Dead. But her range extends far beyond those literal rules. For instance, the rabbinical Bet Kur means daughter of a voice, which in modern Hebrew serves as a rough equivalent for the word echo. Milton knew it. God so commanded and left that command. So daughter of his voice. 55. John Milton's Paradise Lost. And now, 653 to page 54. So did Wordsworth, stern daughter of the voice of God. Quoting from Henry Reynolds' Mythomists, 1632. Highlander evidences religious appropriation of the ancient myth, page 16. This wind is, as the before-mentioned Iamblichus, by consent of his other fellow Kabbalists, says, the symbol of the breath of God and echo, the reflection of this divine breath, or spirit appearance, or, as they interpret it, the daughter of the divine voice, which through the beautifying splendor it sheds and diffuses through the soul, is justly worthy to be reverenced and adored by us. This echo descending upon a Narcissus, or such a soul as impurely and graciously affected, slates and stoops his ears to the divine voice, or shoots his heart from divine inspirations, though his being enamored of not himself but his own shadow merely, he becomes thence, an earthly, weak, worthless thing, and fit sacrifice for only eternal oblivion. Thus, Echo suddenly assumes the role of God's messenger, a female Mercury, or perhaps even Prometheus, decked in Tellura with lamp in hand, descending on fortunate humanity. In 1989, however, the noted Southern theologian Hanson Edwin Rose dramatically reversed this reading. In a series of lectures delivered at Chapel Hill, Rose referred to God's grand utterance as the biggest bang of them all. After discussing in depth the difference between the Hebrew davar, and the Greek logos, Rose took a careful counting of St. John, chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was good. It was a virtuoso performance, but one that surely would have been relegated to those dusty shelves already burdened with 1,000 years of seminary discourse, had he not summed up his ruminations with this incendiary and still infamous conclusion. Look to the sky, look to yourself, and remember, we are only God's echoes, and God is Narcissus. 56 Hanson Edwin Rose, Creationist Myths, Detroit, Michigan. Newman Publications, 1989, page 219. Rose's pronouncement recalls another equally important meditation. Why did God create a dual universe? So he might say, be not like me. I'm alone. And it might be heard. These lines have a familiar ring, though I've no clue where I've heard them before. Though we were ultimately unsuccessful, our efforts were made to determine who wrote the above verse. We apologize for this inconsistency. Anyone who can provide legitimate proof of authorship will be credited in future editions. There is not time or room to adequately address the complexity inherent in this passage, aside from noting how the verse is returned, or figuratively echoed, not with an actual word, but with the mere understanding that it was received, listened to, or as the text explicitly states, heard. What the passage includes, no doubt on purpose, is how such an understanding might be attained. Interestingly enough, for all its marvelous observation, the figure of echo contains a startling error, one which performs a poetic modulation in a verse sounded over a century ago. While discussing Wordsworth's poem, The Power of Sound, Hollander quotes on page 19 the following few lines. Ye verses and ye shadows, and images of verse, to hound and horn, from rocky steep and rock-bestudded meadows, flown back, and in the sky's blue care, reborn. Italics added for emphasis. Perhaps it is simply a typographical error committed by the publisher, or perhaps the publisher was dutifully transcribing an error committed by Hollander himself, not just a scholar but a poet as well, when that tiny slip where an R replaced a V and an S, miraculously, vanished reveals his own relation to the meaning of echo, a meaning Wordsmith did not share. Consider the original text. Ye verses and ye shadows, and images of verse, to hound and horn, from rocky steep and rock-bestudded meadows, flung back, and in the sky's blue caves reborn. Italics added for emphasis. William Wordsworth. The poems of William Wordsworth have been Noel Charles Smith, M.A. Volume 1, London. Methuen and Co., 1908, page 395. Also of some interest is Alice May Williams' letter to the observers at Mount Wilson, cat number 0005, in which she writes, I believe that sky opens and closes on certain periods. When you see all that cloud covering the sky right up and over, those clouds are called blinds, shutters, and verandas. Sometimes that sky opens underneath. See, no one may ever have the same knowledge again. Letters to Mount Wilson Observatory, 1915 to 1935, edited and transcribed by Sarah Simons, West Covina, California. Society for the Diffusion of Useful Information Press, 1993, page 11. Where Wordsworth's poetics retain the literal properties and stay within the canonical jurisdiction of echo, Hollanders found something else. Not exactly religious, that would be hyperbole, but compassionate, which as an echo of humanity, suggests the profoundest return of all. Aside from recurrence, revision, and commensurate symbolic reference, echoes also reveal emptiness. Since objects always muffle or impede acoustic reflection, only empty places can create echoes of lasting clarity. Hello, take a short little break to drink some water. Gotta refill my hydraulics. Gotta check out all the bulbs around the house, make sure they haven't gotten into my chips again. That hasn't happened. I don't know why I'm trying to paint my bulbs so nerdier than they are. I hang out on their side of the house, I hang out on mine. That's a pretty good deal. Yes, hello. Welcome back. I guess I'm back. Hello. I'm back. Continue our little journey into deep into the pages of the annals of this story. Welcome back. Hello back. My favorite. It is. Yeah, shit. I'm so familiar. I picked up the wrong book. That's a different book. That was for sale. I'm gonna read that later. A cipher recounts, revision, and commensurate symbolic reference. Echoes also reveal emptiness. Since objects are as metaphor or impede acoustic reflection, only empty places can create echoes of lasting clarity. Ironically, hollowness only increases the eerie quality of otherness inherent in any echo. Delay and fragmented repetition create a sense of another inhabiting a necessarily deserted place. Strange then how something so uncanny and outside of the self, even ghostly as some have suggested, can at the same time also contain a resilient comfort. The assurance that, even if it's imaginary and at best the product of a whirl, there's still something else out there, something to stake out in the face of nothingness. Hollander's wrong when he writes on page 55. The apparent echoing of solitary roads reminds us that acoustical echoing in empty places can be a very common auditory emblem. Redolent of gothic novels as it may be, of isolation, empty spaces, and often unwilling solitude. This is no doubt a case of natural echoes conforming to echoes' mythographic marking, rather than affirming rule. In an empty hole that should be comfortably inhabited, echoes of our voices and motions mark our very presence in the hollow space. It is not by accident that choirs singing psalms almost always recorded with ample reverb. Divinity seems defined by echo. Whether Laviana Bros choir or monks chanting around some chart-climbing CD, the hallowed always seem to abide in the province of the hollow. The reason for this is not too complex. An echo, while implying an enormity of a space, at the same time also defines it, limits it, and even temporarily inhabits it. When a pebble falls down a well, it is gratifying to hear the eventual plunk. If, however, the pebble only slips into darkness and vanishes without a sound, the effect is disquieting. In the case of a verbal echo, the spoken word acts as the pebble, and the subsequent repetition serves as the plunk. In this way, speaking can result in a form of seeing. For all its merits, Hollander's book only devotes 5 pages to the actual physics of sound. While this is not the place to dwell on the beautiful and complex properties of reflection, in order to even dimly comprehend the shape of the Davidson house, it is still critical to recognize how the laws of physics, in tandem with echo's mythic inheritance, serve to enhance echo's interpretive strength. The descriptive ability of the audible is easily designated with the following formula. Sound plus time equals acoustic rate. As most people know who are versed in this century's technological facts, exact distances can be determined by timing the duration of a sound's round trip between the deflecting object and its point of origin. This principle serves as the basis for all the radar, sonar, and ultrasonics used every day around the world by air traffic controllers, fishermen, and obstetricians. By using sound or electromagnetic waves, visible blips may be produced on a screen, indicating either a 747, a school of salmon, or the belly-pumping heart of a fetus. Of course, the echolocation has never belonged exclusively to technology. Microcharactera bats, cetacean purposes, and toothed whales, dolphins, as well as certain mammals, flying foxes, and birds, robots, all use sound to create extremely accurate acoustic images. However, unlike their human counterparts, neither bats nor dolphins require an intermediary screen to interpret the echoes. They simply see the shape of sound. Bats, for example, create frequency-modulated FMJ images by producing constant frequency signals 0.5 to 100 plus ms. Milliseconds, and FM signals 0.5 to 10 msj in their larynx. The respondent echoes are then translated into nerve discharges in the auditory cortex, enabling the bat not only to determine an insect's velocity and direction through synaptic interpretation of Doppler shifts, but pinpoint its location to within a fraction of a millimeter. 60. See D.R. Griffin, Listening in the Dark, 1986. As Michael J. Buckingham noted in the mid-80s, imaging performed by the human eye is neither active nor passive. The eye does not need to produce a signal to see, nor does an object have to produce a signal in order to be seen. An object merely needs to be illuminated. Based on these observations, the already mentioned formula reflects a more accurate understanding of vision with the following refinement. Sound plus time equals acoustic touch. As Gloucester murmured, I see it feelingly. 61 King Lear. The Firth Books 6, 147. Unfortunately, humans lack the sophisticated neural hardware present in bats and whales. The blind must rely on the feeble weight of fingertips and the painful shape of a cracked shell. Echolocation comes down to the crude assessment of simple sound modulations, whether in the dull play of a tapping cane or the low, eerie flutter in one simple word, perhaps your word, flown down empty hallways long past midnight. You don't need me to point out the intensely personal nature of this passage. Frankly, I'd have recommended a quick skip past the whole echo rainbow right now for those 6 lines, especially the last bit. Perhaps your word, conjuring up, at least for me, one of those deep, piercing reactions, the kind that just misses a ventricle. The old man making his way, feeling his way around the walls of another evening. A slow and tedious progress, but one which begins to yield somehow the story of his own creature darkness, taking me completely by surprise. A sudden charge from out of the dullest moment, jaws lunging open, claws protracting. Just so you understand where I'm coming from, I consider long past midnight one claw, and empty hallways another. Don't worry, Ludi didn't buy it either, but at least he bought a couple of rounds. 2 nights ago, we were checking out the sky bar, hemorrhaging dough and drinks, but Ludi could only cough hard, and then laugh real corny, like, "Huss, the claw's made of bone just like a stud's made of steel." "Sure," I said. But it was loud there, and the crowd kept both of us from hearing correctly, and while I wanted to believe Ludi's basics, I couldn't. There was something just so awful in the old man's utterance. I felt a terrible empathy for him then. Living in that tiny place, permeated with the odor of age, useless blanks against the darkness. His word, my word, and even your word, added to this, and ringing inside me like some awful dream over and over again, modulating slowly pitching my own defenses into something entirely different, till the music of that recurrence drew into relief my own scars drawn long ago, over 2 decades ago, with more than a clue, a stiletto or even an ancient Samuel O'Reilly, circa 1891. These scars torn, ripped, bleeding and stuttering. They were first of all his scars, the kind only bearers of EKG can accurately remember. More precise, if incomplete history. Q waves deflecting downward at what must be considered the commencement of the QRS complex, telling the story of a past infraction, that awful endurance and eventual letting go. The failure which began it all in the first place, probably right after one burning knees, but still years ahead of the other loss. Horrible violence. For the coming of that great row, for the final drift, nerd, knocking skid, twist and taper. His own burning. Years before the long rest, come along in its own way, its own nightmare. Perhaps even in the folds of another unprotected sleep. So I like to imagine. Silvering wings, fragmenting and scattering like fish scales following the jet stream. Above the clouds and every epic venture still suggesting those delicate light crater borders. Other lands, sweeping the world like a whisper. A hand, even if salmon scales still slip through words as easily as pound prisms of salt will slip through fingers. Shimmering, raining, confused, no matter how spectacular, forever unable to prevent his fall. Down through the silver, the salmon away from the gold and the myriad of games held in just that road, suggesting it might have even been Spanish gold. But this makes no difference. Still tumbling in room, dying and embered, even never at a different rate. No waking this time, before the hit, but sleeping right through it. The slamming into the ground at terminal velocity, too, the pound, the bounce. What kind of ground our emergency code would that mark mean? The opposition of L's? Not understood? Probably just X marks the spot. Unable to proceed. Then in that awful second arc and second descent, after the sound, realization of what sleep's just now delivered, that bloody handmaiden. This time her twirling fingers wet with boiling deformation, oozing in the mutilations of birth, heartless and unholy, black with afterbirth. Miscreated, changeling and foul, but no one beside him could prevent, or rather might have even caused. Mental, this unread trauma, driving into consciousness with a scream, not even a word, a scream. Even that never heard. So not a scream, but the clutch of life, held by will alone, no 911, no call at all. Just his own misunderstanding of the reality that had broken into the hole. And the silence, then, of a woman and an only son, describing in an agonizing hour all it takes to let go, broken, bleeding, ragged, twisted, savaged, torn and dying too. So permanently ruined. Though for how many years gone untold, unseen, reminiscent of another silver shape, so removed and yet so dear. Injured life, finally recovering on its own, till eventually, like a seed, conceived, born and grown. The story of its injured beat survives long enough to destroy and devour by the simple telling of its fall. All his hope, his home, his only love, the very color of his flesh, the dark marrow of his bones. You okay, Trent? Lily asked. But I saw a strange glimmer everywhere, converting to the sharp oscillations of yellow and blue, as if my retinal view suddenly included along with the reflective blessings of light, an unearthly collusion with scent and sound, registering all possibilities of harm, every threat, every move, even with all that grinning and meeting and done, 1,001 possible clues. Of course, Lily didn't see it. He was blind. Maybe even right. We drove down Sunset and soon veered south into the flats. A party somewhere. An important gathering of beeheads and cokeheads. But I would never feel how empty her was long past midnight could slice inside of you. I'm not so sure he wasn't sliced up just the same. Not seeing the rip doesn't mean you automatically get to keep clear of the hair and bleeding part. To feel though, you have to care, and as we walked out onto the blue-lit patio and discovered a motorcycle sputtering up oil and bubbles from the bottom of the pool or the diving board, two men shoved flakes of ice up a woman's bleeding nostrils. Her shirt off, her bra nearly transparent. I knew that I would never care much about the dead. And maybe he was right. Maybe some things are best left untouched. Of course, he didn't know the dead like I did. And so, when he absconded with a bottle of Jack from the kitchen, I did my best to join him, obliterate my own cavities and graves. But come morning, despite my headache and the vomit in my shirt, I knew I'd failed. Inside me, a long dark hallway already caressed by the music of a single word. Or what's worse, despite the amusements of chemicals, continued to grow. The study of architectural acoustics focuses on the rich interplay between sound and interior design. Consider, for example, how an enclosed space will naturally increase sound pressure and raise the frequency. Even though they are usually difficult to calculate, resonance frequencies, also known as eigenfrequencies or natural frequencies, can be easily determined for a perfectly rectangular room with hard, smooth walls. The following formula describes the resonance frequencies F in a room with a length of L, width of W, and H, height of H, where the velocity of sound equals C. Notice that if L, W, and H are equal, notice that 0, 0, I think 0, 0 or infinity, F will equal 0. Along with resonance frequencies, the study of sound also takes into account wave acoustics, ray acoustics, diffusion, and steady-state pressure level, as well as sound absorption and transmission through waves. A careful examination of the dynamics involved in sound absorption reveals how incident sound waves are converted to energy. In the case of porous material, the subsurface lattice of interstices translates sound waves into heat. Nevertheless, above and beyond the details of frequency shifts and volume fluctuations, the physics of otherness, what matters most is the sound's delay. 63. Further attention should probably be given to silence and transmission rates, as described by T equals 10 rho, ones divided by R. Decibels. Where R equals A, transmission coefficient, and a high TL indicates a high sound insulation. Unfortunately, one could write several lengthy books on sound alone in the Davidson record. Oddly enough, with the sole exception of Carol Packady's article on acoustic impedance in Davidson's house, Science, April 1995, page 43, nothing else has been rendered on this particularly resonant topic. On the subject of acoustic coefficients, however, see Ned News, Echo's verse, in Science News. 143, February 6, 1993, page 85. Point of fact, the human ear cannot distinguish one sound wave from the same sound wave if it returns in less than 50 milliseconds. Therefore, for anyone to hear a reverberation, requires a certain amount of space. At 68 degrees Fahrenheit, sound travels at approximately 1,130 feet per second. A reflective surface must stand at least 56.5 feet away in order for a person to detect the doubling of her voice. 64. Parallel surfaces will create a flatter echo, though frequently a splay of as little as 16 millimeters, 5/8 of an inch, can prevent the multiple repetitions. In other words, to hear an echo, regardless of whether ears are open or closed, is to have already seen a sizable space. Hear an echo, repetitions. Myth makes echo the subject of longing and desire. Physics makes echo the subject of distance and design. Where emotion and reason are concerned, both claims are accurate. Where there is no echo, there is no description of space or love. There is only silence. 65. There is something more at work here, some sort of antithetical reasoning and proof-making. What about right? All of which actually made sense to me at a certain hour before midnight. At least came close to making sense. Problem was, Lodi interrupted my thoughts when he came over, and after much discussion, not to mention shots of tequila and a nice haircut, convinced me to share a bag of mushrooms with him, and in spite of getting violently ill in the aisles of a certain 7-Eleven, me, not him, led me to an after-hours party where I soon became engrossed in a green-eyed brunette, Lucy, who had no intention of getting or letting her dance end at the club. Yet, even in her sheet-twisting, weightless dance on my floor, her own features, those pale legs, soft arms, fragile collarbone tracing a shadow of... can't read the word. Invariably became entwined and permanently entangled, even entirely replaced, by images of a completely different woman, relatively new or not new at all, but for reasons unknown to me, still continuing to endure as a center to my thoughts. Her first encountered in the company of Lodi and my boss at a place my boss likes to call the Ghost. The problem is that, in his mind, the Ghost actually refers to two places: the Garden of Eden and La Brea, and the Rainbow Bar and Brightline Sunset. How or where this came about is impossible to trace. Private nomenclature seems to rapidly develop in tight set-upon circles. Though truth be told, we were only set upon on a good day. Tight here should be taken pretty loosely. How then, you ask, do you know what's being referred to when the Ghost gets mentioned? You don't. You just end up at one or the other. Often the rainbow. Though not always the rainbow. You see, how my boss defines the Ghost varies from day to day, depending mostly on his moods and appetites. Consequently, the previously mentioned pretty loosely should probably be struck and restated as very, very loosely. Anyway, what I'm about to tell you happened on one of those rare evenings when we actually all got together. My boss was chattering incessantly about his junk days in London, and I contemplated sobriety and what those contemplations had been like. Eventually, he detoured into long-winded known stories about his art school experiences in Detroit. Lots of, hey, my thing for that whole time thing was really a kind of art thing or something. Which was about when I heard out my pad of sketches, because no matter what you made of his boss, you still couldn't fault him for his work. He was one of the best. And every tatted local knew it. Truth be known, I've been waiting for this chance for a while. Keen on getting his out-of-the-shot perspective on my efforts. What efforts they were, diligent designs sketched over months, intended someday to leave in skin, each image carefully wrapped and curled in colors of cinnabar, lemon, celadon, and indigo. Incarnated in the scales of dragons, the bark of ancient roads, shields wielded by generations cast aside in the early slumber of shadow and blood, not to speak of lifeless trees prevailing against indifferent skies or colossal vessels asleep, prehistoric sediment, miles beneath even the faintest suggestion of life. At least that's how I would describe them. Every room meticulously rendered on tracing paper, cracking like fire whenever touched, a multitude of pages, which my boss briefly examined before handing them back to me. Take up typing, he grunted. Well, that's nice, I thought. At least the next step was clear. Some act of violence would be necessary. And so it was that before another synapse could fire within my bad-earth labyrinthine brain, he was already lying on the floor. Or should I say his mangled body was lying on the floor? His head remained in my hands, twisted off like a cap. Not as difficult as I'd imagined. The first turn definitively the toughest, necessitating the breaking of cervical vertebrae and the snapping of the spinal cord. But after that, Another 6 or so turns and we're Earth. The head was Earth. Nothing could be easier. Time to go bowling. My boss smiled, said hello. But he wasn't smiling or saying hello to me. Somehow she was already standing there, right in front of him, right in front of me, talking to him, reminiscing, touching his shoulder, even winking at me and Luna. Where? Out of nowhere. Out of the blue. Where did she come from? For that matter, when? Of course my boss didn't introduce her. He just left me to gape. I couldn't even imagine twisting Arthur's head for a second time, as that would have meant losing sight of her, which I found myself quite unwilling to do. Fortunately, after that evening, she began dropping by the shop a lot. I was wearing these daisy sunglasses, and each time taking me completely off guard. She still drives me nuts. Just thinking of her now and at lost in the smell of her. A mad rush of folly and oddly muted lusts. Sensations sublimated faster than I can follow into, oh hell, I don't know, into, I probably shouldn't even be using a word like sublimate, but that's beside the point. Her hair reminding me of a shiny gold desert. A shiny gold desert wind breezed in a hot August sun. Hips curving like coastal norths, tits rising and falling beneath her blue sweatshirt. The rain ocean will do long after the storm is past. She's always a little out of breath when she climbs the flight of stairs leading up to the shop. Wind rains at her. Somehow, even now with the glass in my mind, I want to take her, travel with her. Who knows where either? Somewhere. My desire suddenly informed by something deeper, even unknown, pouring into me. Where on earth some peculiar reserve. Tracing thoughts of the drive she and I would take. One was full of that pine rasping air, outracing something unpleasant, something burning. In fact, the entire coast, along with tens of thousands of acres of inland forest is burning, but we're leaving. We're getting away. We're free. Our hands battered by the clutch of holding on. I don't know what to, but holding just the same. Cheeks streaked with wind tears, and now that I think of it, I guess we're on a motorcycle, Triumph. Isn't that what Lady always talks about buying? Ascending into colder but brighter crimes. I don't know anything about brakes, let alone how to drive one. There I go again. She does that to me. Like I already said, drives me nuts. Hello? That was the first word she ever said to me in the shop. Not like hi either. More like, hello, is anyone home? That's the question mark. I wasn't even looking at her when she said it. Just staring blankly down at my equally blank pad of tracing paper. Probably thinking something similar to all those ridiculous sappy thoughts I just now recounted. About road trips and forest fires and motorcycles. Remembering her. Even though she was right there in front of me, only a few feet away. Hey, asshole, my boss shouted. Hang up your fucking pants. What's the matter with you? Something would have to be done about him. But before I could hurl him through the plate glass window into the traffic below, she smiled, handed me her bright pink flip-flops and red Adidas sweats. My boss was lucky. This magnificent creature had just saved his life. Gratefully, I received her clothes, lifting them from her fingers' tips, like they were some sacred vesture bestowed upon me by the Virgin Mary herself. The hard part, I found, was trying not to stare too long at her legs. Very tricky to do. Next to impossible, especially with her just standing there in a black G-string, her bare feet sweating on the naked floor. I did my best to smile in a way that would conceal my eye. Thank you, I said, thinking I should kneel. Thank you, she insisted. These were the next two words she ever said to me, and wow. I don't know why, but her voice went off in my head like a symphony. A great symphony. A sweet symphony. A great fucking sweet symphony. I don't know what I'm saying. I know absolutely shit about symphonies. What's your name? The turtle suddenly climbing to an impossible 6 rods. Johnny, I mumbled, promptly earning 4 more rods. And just like that. Nice to meet you. She said in a way that almost sounded like a sob. Even though she clearly enjoyed the effect she was having on me, she turned away with a wink, leaving me to ponder and perhaps pray. Hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back from Purgatory. At least I had 10 roads. Hello, thank you, what's your name? Nice to meet you. 10 whole fucking roads. Rare. And hard as this may be for you to believe, I really was reeling. Even after she left the shop an hour or so later, I was still giving serious thought to petitioning all major religions in order to have her deified. In fact, I was so caught up in the thought of her, there was even a moment where I failed to recognize my boss. I had absolutely no clue who he was. I just stared at him thinking to myself, who's this dumb mutant? How the hell did he get up here? Which it turns out I didn't think at all, but accidentally said aloud, causing all sorts of mayhem to ensue. Not worth delving into now. Quick note here. If this crush/swooning stuff is hard for you to stomach, if you've never had a similar experience, then you should come to grips with the fact that you've got a TV dinner for a hurt, and may want to consider climbing inside a microwave and turning it on high for at least an hour. Which if you do consider, it only goes to show what kind of idiot you truly are, because microwaves are way too small for anyone, let alone you, to climb into. Quick second note. If I this paragraph didn't apply to you, you may skip it and proceed to this next part. As for her real name, I still don't know it. She's a stripper at some place near the airport. She has a dozen names. First time she came into the shop, she wanted one of her tattoos retouched. Just an inch away from my perfectly shaved pussy, she announced, matter-of-factly, only to add somewhat coyly, slipping 2 fingers beneath her G-string and pulling it aside. No need to wink now. The happiest place on earth. Suffice it to say, the second I saw that rabbit, the second I started carrying her thumper. I do admit it seems a little strange, even to me, to realize that even after 4 months, I'm still swept up in her. Luna sure as hell doesn't understand it. Because I've fallen for a stripper. Fucky and fur have very different meanings to us. The first one you do as much as you can. The second one you never, ever do. And 2, because she's older than me, if you're gonna reel for a stripper, he advises, you should at least reel for a young one. They're sexier and not as bent. Which is true. She does have about 6 years on me. But what can I say? I'm taken. I love how enthralled she remains by this festival of living. Nothing reserved or even remotely ashamed about who she is or what she does. Always talking blue streak to my boss about her 3-year-old child, her boyfriend, her boyfriends, the hand jobs she gets extra for, 11 years of sobriety, her words always rounding up the way it feels to wake up wide awake. Everything about her awakening at every moment, alive to the world and its quirky opportunities. A sudden rate of spring. Bumper spring. The spring's already sprung, rabbit. Now April's rolling April's fooling around, and yet another round for this year's rolling April Fool. Yeah, I know, this shit's getting ridiculous. Worse. I feel like I could continue in that vein for years. Maybe even decades. Now listen to this. To date, I've hardly said a word to her. I don't have a decent explanation for my silence either. Maybe it's my boss and his goddamn glare. Maybe it's her. I suspect it's her. Every time she visits, though I admit there haven't been that many visits, she overwhelms me. It doesn't matter that she always gives me a wink, sometimes even a full-throated laugh when I call her thumper. Hey Thumper, bye Thumper. You're the rose I can really muster. She still really only exists for me as a strange mixture of daydream and present voyage. By which I mean something without a past or a future. An icon or adder of sorts. For some reason forbidden to me. But seductive beyond belief. Probably relief. Her image feeling permanently fixed within me. But not new. More like it's been there all along. Even if I know it's not true, and come last night, going so far as to entwine, entangle, and finally completely replace her with the can't read the word of Thumper's flashing eyes, her aching lips, her heart-ending moans, those I had imagined, and her lone lusts, so minute and distracting that long after, when the sheets were gathered, wet with sex, cold with rest, I did not know who lay beside me. And seeing this stranger, the vessel of my dreams, I withdrew to the toilet, to the shower, to my table. Enough racket and attachment to communicate an unfair request. The poor her when she heard it, and without a word, dressed. Without a smile, requested a brush, and without a kiss, left. Leaving me alone to return to this passage, where I discovered the beginnings of a sense long since taken and strong, leading me around what I guess amounts to another hopeless digression. Perhaps when I'm finished, I'll remember what I'd hoped to say in the first place. Mr. Truitt declined to comment further on this particular passage. Ed. Finished. As tape and film reveal, in the month following the expansion of the walls bracketing the bookshelves, Billy Weston made several trips to the house where, despite all efforts to the contrary, he continued to confirm the confounding impossibility of an interior dimension greater than an exterior room. Davidson skillfully captures Weston's mental frustrations by focusing on the physical impediments his friend must face within a house not designed with the disabled in mind. Since the area in question is the master bedroom, Weston must make his way upstairs each time he wishes to inspect the area. On the first visit, Tom volunteers to try and carry him. That won't be necessary, Weston writes, effortlessly swinging out of his chair and dragging himself up to the second story using only his arms. You got a pair of guns there, don't you, partner? The engineer is only slightly winded. Too bad you forgot your chair, Tom adds dryly. Weston looks up in disbelief, a little surprised, maybe even a bit shocked, and then bursts out laughing. Well, and fuck you. In the end, Davidson is the one who hooks up the wheelchair. Yesterday, I managed to get Ms. Fief Harris on the phone. She's a UCLA PhD candidate in complete. Apparently, I always objected to the large chunks of narratives I'm hearing you kept asking her to write down. I told him all those passages were inappropriate for a critical work. If he were in my class, I'd mark him down for it. But he'd just chuckle and continue. It bothered me a little bit. But the guy wasn't my student, and he was blind, and oh, so why should I care? Still, I did care. So I'd always protest when he asked me to write down a new bit of narrative. Won't you listen to me, I demanded one time. You're writing like a freshman. And he replied, I remember this very distinctly. We always look for doctors, but sometimes we're lucky to find a fresh. Then he chuckled again and pressed on. Not a bad way to respond to this whole fucking book, if you ask me. Still, no matter how many times Weston reels from the children's bedroom to the master bedroom, or how carefully he examines the strange closet space, the bookshelves, or the various tools Tom and Will have been measuring the house with, he can provide no reasonable explanation for what he keeps referring to as a goddamn special rep. By June, as the date on her 8 tape indicates, the problem still remains unsolved. Tom, however, realizes he cannot afford to stay any longer, and asks Weston to give him a lift to Charlottesville, where he can catch a ride up to Doris. It is a bright summer morning when we watch Tom emerge from the house. He gives Karen a quick kiss goodbye and then kneels down to present Chad and Daisy with a set of neon yellow dart guns. Remember, kids, he tells them sternly, don't shoot each other. Aim at the fragile, expensive stuff. Davidson gives his brother a lasting hug. I miss you, man. You got a phone, tone grants. It even rings. Davidson adds without missing a beat. Well, there's no question the tone of this exchange is jocular and perhaps even slightly combative. What matters most here is unspoken. The way Tom's cheeks burn with a sudden flash of color. Or the way Davidson quickly tries to wipe something from his eyes. Certainly, the long, lingering shot of Tom as he tosses his duffel bag in the back of Rustin's van, leaving the camera goodbye, reveals to us just how much affection Davidson feels for his brother. Hello, mate of hope. Welcome back from the dentist. I hope you found lots of power-ups and teeth. Hope the dentist didn't give you too much struggle. Why don't you settle in? Clean teeth. Oh, congrats. Well, that feels pretty nice. They call you a dead girl. Well, is that me? Kabaka. The teeth inspector has logged on. Hellos. You know, it's... Maybe my head could be made of teeth. I don't know. Maybe I'm one of those enamel robots. And when you tap on me with a fingernail, I go clink, clink, clink. I go clink, 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 tink, tink, tink. That's why they call me the tooth fairy back in high school. Back in middle school. Alright, I never went to school, you get me. Right now, I thought tooth texture would be hit, and I thought, yeah, that would be nice. Vanilla skin, that's just a giant tooth head. Halo 2 is also probably made of teeth. I mean by Halo as well, I don't mean that the video game sequel to Halo, the Halo franchise, was made of teeth. I can neither confirm nor deny. This is getting out of hand. This is getting out of tooth. Strangely enough. I gotta drink my water. I thought I was ready, I wasn't ready. Strangely enough, following Tom's departure, communication between Davidson and Karen begins to radically deteriorate. An unusual quiet descends on the house. Karen refuses to speak about the anomaly. She brews coffee, calls her mother in New York, brews more coffee, and keeps track of the real estate market and classifieds. Frustrated by her unwillingness to discuss the implications of their strange living quarters, Davidson retreats to the downstairs study, reviewing photographs, tapes even, as a few stills reveal, compiling a list of possible experts, government agencies, newspapers, periodicals, and television shows they might want to approach. At least both he and Karen agree on one thing. They want the children to stay out of the house. Unfortunately, since neither Chad nor Daisy has had real opportunity to make any new friends in Virginia, they keep to themselves, romping around the backyard, shouting, screaming, stinging each other with darts, until eventually they drift further and further out into the neighborhood for increasingly longer spats of time. Neither Karen nor Davidson seems to notice. The alienation of their children finally becomes apparent to both of them one evening in the middle of July. Karen is upstairs, sitting on the bed playing with a deck of tarot cards. Davidson is downstairs in his study examining several slides returned from the lab. News of Irvin Earth's emerald conviction plays on the TV. In the background, we can hear Chad and Daisy screaming about something. The Russes peering through the house, the strained music of their play threatening at any instant to turn into a blur. With superb cross-cutting, Davidson depicts how both he and Karen react to the next moment. Karen has drawn another card from the tarot deck, but instead of adding it to the cross slowly forming before her crossed legs, the occult image hangs unseen in the air, frozen between her two fingers. Karen's eyes are already diverted, concentrating on a sound. A new sound. Almost out of reach, but reaching her just the same. Davidson is much closer. His children's cries immediately tell him that they are way out of bounds. Karen has only just started to head downstairs, calling out for Chad and Daisy, her agitation and panic increasing with every step, when Davidson bursts out of the study and races for the living room. The terrifying implication of their children's shouts is now impossible to miss. No room in the house exceeds a length of 25 feet, let alone 50 feet, let alone 56 and a half feet. And yet, Chad and Daisy's voices are echoing, each car responding with an entirely separate answer. In the living room, Davidson discovers the echoes emanating from a dark and doorless hallway which has appeared out of nowhere in the west wall. 68. There's a problem here concerning the location of the 5.5-minute hallway. Initially, the doorway was supposed to be on the north wall of the living room, page 4. But now, as you can see for yourself, that position has changed. Maybe it's a mistake. Maybe there's some underlying logic to the shift. Fuck if I know. Your guess is as good as mine. Without hesitating, Davidson plunges in after them. Unfortunately, the living room Harry 8 cannot follow him, nor for that matter can Karen. She freezes on the threshold, unable to push herself into the darkness toward the faint flicker of light within. Fortunately, she does not have to wait too long. Davidson soon reappears with Chad and Daisy in each arm, both of them still clutching a homemade candle, their faces lit like sprites on a winter's eve. This is the first sign of Karen's chronic disability. Up until now, there has never been even the slightest indication that she suffers from crippling claustrophobia. By the time Davidson and the two children are safe and sound in the living room, Karen is drenched in sweat. She hugs and holds them as if they had just narrowly avoided some terrible fate, even though neither Chad nor Daisy seems particularly disturbed by their little adventure. In fact, they want to go back. Perhaps because of Karen's evident distress, Davidson agrees to at least temporarily make this new addition to their house off limits. For the rest of the night, Karen keeps a tight grip on Davidson. Even when they finally slip into bed, she's still holding his hand. Davy, promise me you won't go in there again. Let's see if it's even here in the morning. He will be. She lays her head down flat on his chest and begins to cry. I love you so much. Please promise me. Please. Whether it is the lasting flush of terror still on Karen's cheeks, or her absolute need for him, so markedly different from her frequently aloof posture, Davidson cradles her in his arms like a child and promises. Since the release of the Davidson record, Virginia Poser has written extensively about Karen Green's adolescent years. Poser's thin volume entitled Wishing Well, Cambridge, Massachusetts, Harvard University Press, 1996, represents one of the few works which, while based on the Davidson's experience, still manages to stand on its own merits outside of the film. Along with an exceptional background in everything ranging from Kate Chopin, Sylvia Plath, Toni Morrison, autobiography of a schizophrenic girl, the true story of Renee, Francesca Burke, Ritzy books to Mary Pilfer's revealing of photos, and more importantly, Carol Gilligan's landmark work, in a different voice, Psychological Theory and Women's Development. Poser has spent hundreds of hours researching the early life of Karen Green, analyzing the cultural forces shaping her personality, ultimately uncovering a remarkable difference between the child she once was and the woman she eventually became. In her introduction, page XV, Posey provides this brief overview. When Diderot told the teenage Sophie Rowland, "You were there at 15," he could have been speaking to Karen Green, who at 15 did die. To uphold Karen as a child is nearly as ghostly an experience as the house itself. Old family photos capture her athletic zeal, her unguarded smiles, the tomboy spirit which sends her racing through the muddy flats of a recently dried pond. As she's awkward, a little clumsy, but rarely self-conscious, even when covered in mud. Former teachers claim she frequently expressed a desire to be president, a nuclear physicist, a surgeon, even a professional hockey player. Her choices reflected unattenuated self-confidence, a remarkably healthy sign for a 13-year-old girl. Along with superb classwork, she excelled in extracurricular activities. She loved planning surprise parties, working on school productions, and even on occasion taking on a schoolyard bully with a load of fists. Karen Green was exuberant, feisty, charming, independent, spontaneous, sweet, and most of all, fearless. By the time she turned 15, all of that was gone. She hardly spoke in class. She refused to function in any sort of school event, and rather than discuss her feelings, she defied the world with a hard and perfectly practiced smile. Apparently, if her sister is to be believed, she refused. Karen spent every night of her 14th year composing that smile in front of a blue plastic-handled mirror. Tragically, her creation proved flawless, and though her near-found years should have alarmed any adept teacher or guidance counselor, it was invariably rewarded with the prolific praise of high school popularity. Though Posey goes on to discuss the cultural aspects and consequences of beauty, these details in particular are most disturbing, especially in light of the fact that little of their history appears in the film. Considering the substantial coverage present in the Davidson record, it is unsettling to discover such a glaring omission. In spite of the enormous quantity of home footage obviously available, for some reason calamities of the past still do not appear. Clearly, Karen's personal life, say nothing of his own life, caused Davidson too much anxiety to portray other women particularly well in this film. Rather than delve into the pathology of Karen's claustrophobia, Davidson chose instead to focus strictly on the house. 69. Fortunately, a few years before the Davidson record was made, Karen took part in a study which promised to evaluate and possibly treat her fear. After the film became something of a phenomenon, those results surfaced and were eventually published in a number of periodicals. The Anemic Man, based out of Berkeley, April 1995, offered the most comprehensive account of that study as it pertained to Karen Green. Subject number 0027008785, Karen Green, suffers severe panic attacks when confronting dark, enclosed spaces, usually windowless and unknown, e.g. a dark room in an unfamiliar building. The attacks are consistently characterized by 1. Accelerated heart rate, 2. Sweating, 3. Trembling, 4. Sensation of suffocation, 5. Feeling of choking, 6. Chest pain, 7. Severe dizziness, 8. Derealization, feelings of unreality, and eventual depersonalization, being detached from oneself. 9. Culmination in an immense fear of dying. See DSM-4V, criteria for panic attack diagnosis. Subject suffers from specific phobia, formerly known as simple phobia. Situational type. See DSM-TV, diagnostic criteria for 300-9 specific phobia. Because behavioral cognitive techniques have thus far failed to modify perspectives on anxiety-provoking stimuli, subject was considered ideal for current pharmacotherapy study. Initially, subject received between 100 to 200 milligrams a day of tofurny, ibuprofen, but with no improvements switched earlier into a adrenergic blocker, propranolol. An increase in vivid nightmares caused her to switch again to the MRO. monoamine oxidase inhibitor. Tranocytopenia. Still dissatisfied with the results, subject switched to the SSRI, fluoxetine, commonly known as Prozac. Subject responded well and soon showed increased tolerance when intentionally exposed to closed, dark spaces. Unfortunately, moderate weight gain and orgasmic dysfunction caused the subject to drop out of the study. Subject apparently relies now on her own phobia avoidance mechanisms, choosing to stay clear of enclosed, unknown spaces, i.e. elevator basements, unfamiliar closets, etc., etc. Though occasionally when attacks become more frequent, she returns to Prozac for short periods of time. See David Cohn's article, Simple Phobias, The Failure of Pharmacological Intervention. Also, see subject's results on Sheehan Clinician-Rated Anxiety Scale, as well as Sheehan Phobia Scale, 70, see Exhibit 6. While the reports seem fairly comprehensive, there's admittedly one point which remains utterly perplexing. Other publications repeat verbatim the ambiguous phrasing but still fail to shed light on the exact meaning of those 6 words. Occasionally, when attacks become more frequent. At least the implication seems clear. Vicissitudes in Karen's life, whatever those may be, affect her sensitivity to space. In her article, Significant of Her, published in the Psychology Quarterly, V142, M17, December 1995, page 453. Celine Barzine, MD, observes that Karen's attacks, which I suspect stem from early adolescent betrayal, increase proportionally with the level of intimacy, or even the threat of potential intimacy, she experiences whether with Will Davidson or even her children. Also, see Steve Secoe and Julia Carter's Women Who Can't Love, When a Woman's Fear Makes Her Run from Commitment, and What a Smart Man Can Do About It. New Hampshire, T. Devins and Company, 1978. Of course, by the following morning, Karen has already molded her desperation into a familiar pose of indifference. She does not seem to care when they discover the hallway has not vanished. She keeps her arms folded, no longer clinging to Davidson's hand or stroking her children. She removes herself from her family's company by saying very little, while at the same time maintaining a semblance of participation with a smile. Virginia Pessoa is right. Karen's smile is tragic because, in spite of its meaning, it succeeds in remaining so utterly beautiful. The 5.5-minute hallway in the Davidson record differs slightly from the bootleg copy which appeared in 1990. For one thing, in addition to the continuous circumambulating shot, a wider selection of shots has made the coverage of the sequence much more thorough and fluid. For another, the hallway has shrunk. This was impossible to see in the VHS copy because there was no point of comparison. Now, however, it is perfectly clear that the hallway, which was well over 60 feet deep when the children entered it, is now a little less than 10 feet. Context also significantly alters the 5.5-minute hallway. A greater sense of the Davidsons and their friends and how they all interact with the house adds the greatest amount of depth to this greatly involving enigma. I personally almost crowd that place, and suddenly too, as an abrupt jump cut redelivers Tom from Massachusetts and Billy Weston from Charlottesville, UVA professor once again reeling around the periphery of the angle, unable to take his eyes off the strange, dark corridor. Unlike the Twilight Zone, however, or some other like cousin where understanding comes neat and fast, i.e., this is clearly a door to another dimension, or this is a passage to another world, with directions. The hallway offers no answers. Monolith in 2001 seems the most appropriate cinematic analog, incontrovertibly there, but virtually inviolate to interpretation. 71. Consider Drew Bluth's Summer Passage in Architectural Digest, version 15, number 10, October 1993, page 30. Similarly, the hallway also remains meaningless, though it is most assuredly not without effect. As Davidson threatens to re-enter it for a closer inspection, Karen reiterates her previous plea and injunction with a sharp and abrupt rise in pitch. The ensuing tension is more than temporary. Davidson has always been an adventurer, willing to risk his personal safety in the name of achievement. Karen, on the other hand, remains the standard bearer of responsibility and is categorically against risks, especially those which might endanger her family or her happiness. Karen also shares from danger, preferring to turn over a problem to someone else, ideally a police officer, fireman, or other state-paid official. Without sound or movement, but by presence alone, the hallway creates a serious rift in the Davidson household. Bazina's no-look suggests that the hallway exudes a conflict-creating force. It's those early walls, radiating badness, which maneuver Karen and Roland that nonsensical fate. 72 Bazine no-looks, the bad, dirty wall, Marina Del Rey, Dick Rickofer, Publishing House, 1995, page 91. No-look's argument reveals a rather tedious mind. She feels the need to invent some non-existent dark force to account for the ill will instead of recognizing the dangerous influence the unknown naturally has on everyone. A couple of weeks pass. Karen privately puzzles over the experience but says very little. The only indication that the hallway has in some way intruded on her thoughts is her newfound interest in feng shui. On the phone, we can make out a number of books lying around the house, including the elements of feng shui. By Quirk Manho and Joanna Brown, Element Books, Shaftesbury, 1991. Feng Shui Handbook, a practical guide to Chinese geomancy and environmental harmony, by Derek Walters, Aquarium Press, 1991. Interior Design with Feng Shui, by Sarah Rosbach, Ryder, London, 1987. And The Room, Qing or Book of Changes, 3rd edition translated by Richard Witham, Routledge and Regan Poe, 1968. There's a particularly tender moment as Chad sits with his mother in the kitchen. She's busily determining the crew number, a calculation based on the year of birth for everyone in the family, while he's carefully making a peanut butter and honey sandwich. Mommy, Chad says quietly after a while. How do I ever become president, Margaret? Karen looks up from her notebook. Quite unexpectedly, and with the simplest question, her son has managed to move her. You study hard at school, and keep doing what you're doing, then you can do whatever you want. Chad smiles. I'm president. Can I make you vice president? Karen's eyes shine with affection. Putting aside her feng shui studies, she reaches over and gives Chad a big kiss on his forehead. How about Secretary of Defense? During all this, Karen earns his keep by installing a door to close off the hallway. First, he mounts a wood frame using some of the tools he bought from Raoul, a few more he rented from the local hardware store. Then he hangs a silver door with 24-gauge hot-dipped galvanized steel skins and an acoustical performance rating coded at ASTM E41370T STC28. Last but not least, he puts in 4 slag deadbolts and color codes the 4 separate keys: red, yellow, green, and blue. For a while, Daisy keeps him company. But it remains hard to determine whether she's more transfixed by time or the hallway. At one point, she walks up to the threshold and lets out a little yelp, but the crowd just flattens and dies in the narrow corridor. Tom seems noticeably relieved when he finally shuts the door and turns over the 4 legs. Unfortunately, as he twists the last key, the accompanying sound contains a familiar ring. He grips the red key and tries it again. As the deadbolt glances the strike plate, the resulting click creates an unexpected and very unwelcome echo. Slowly, Tom unlocks the door and peers inside. Somehow, and for whatever reason, the thing has grown again. Intermittently, Davidson opens the door himself and stares down the hallway, sometimes using a flashlight, sometimes just studying the darkness itself. What do you do with that? Davidson asks his brother one evening. Move. Karen replies. Sadly, even the unnatural darkness now lurked behind a steel door. Karen and Davidson still continue to say very little to each other, their own feelings seemingly as impossible for them to address as the meaning of the hallway itself. Chad accompanies his mother to town as she searches for various feng shui objects guaranteed to change the energy of the home, while Maisie follows her father around the house as he paces from room to room, talking vehemently on the phone with Reston, trying to come up with a feasible and acceptable way to investigate the phenomenon lurking in his living room. Until finally, in the middle of all this, he lifts his daughter onto his shoulders. Unfortunately, as soon as Karen returns, Davidson sets Daisy back there on the floor and retreats to the study to continue his discussions alone. With domestic tensions proving a little too much to stomach, Tom escapes to the garage where he works for a rare dollhouse he has started to build for Daisy. 73. See Louis Martino's Tom's 1865 shelter in this old house, September-October 1995, page 87. Until eventually he takes a break, drifting out to the backyard to get Harry and her in the sun, pointedly walking around the patch of lawn the hallway should, for all intents and purposes, occupy. Before long, both Chad and Daisy are sliding up to this great bear snoring under a tree. Even though they start to tie his shoelaces together, tickle his nostrils with round blades of grass, or use a mirror to focus the sun on his nose, Tom remains remarkably patient. He almost seems to enjoy their mischief, growling, yawning, playing along, putting both of them in a headlock, Chad and Daisy laughing hysterically, until finally all three are exhausted and snoozing into dusk. Considering the complexity of Karen and Davidson's relationship, it is fortunate our understanding of their problems is not left entirely up to interpretation. Some of their respective views and feelings are revealed in their video journal entries. Sex, 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 Karen whispers into her camcorder. It was like we just met when we got here. The kids would go out and we'd fuck in the kitchen, in the shower, even did in the garage. But ever since that closet thing appeared, I can't. I don't know why. It terrifies me. On the same subject, Davidson offers a similar view. When we first moved here, Karen was like a college co-ed. Anywhere, anytime. Now, all of a sudden, she refuses to be touched. I kiss her, she practically starts to cry. And it all started when we got back from Seattle. Nor does it seem to help that Davidson and Karen both have among their books Erica Jones' Fear of Flying, New York, Hurt, Reinhardt, and Winston, 1973. Ann Harper's. Thank you for the refuel relics. I'll do that right this moment. I need to grab a fresh hydraulics canister, actually. I'm gonna run drive into the trees. I think I have some hardware to this stashed. I can't remember if they're under the trees or above the trees, but I'll find them eventually. They're out there. Nothing in this forest can escape my vision, can escape my grasp forever. if there was anybody else out in the woods. Oh, fuck. No, that was embarrassing. Oh, jeez. You want me to force feed myself? Egg on my face. A little bit of blood on my wings, if you know what I mean. Alright. We're back. We're back at the farm. I do have many refill canister. I'll take another sip of it. I'd have it. I really need it though. Some fresh water. Alright, let's continue reading chapter 5. I'm gonna try and get through chapter 5 today. Okay, so we're really in the middle of a... we're reading this list of sources. This list of, books that can and will Davidson have among their books. They have Airplanes, Fire Frame, New York Courtroom here in Winston, 1973. Ian Hooper's The Ultimate Sex Book, a therapist's guide to the programs and techniques that will enhance your relationship and transform your life. DK Publishing, Turkey, Kern. X-Rays, Broken Daisy Chains, Seattle, Turnover Airpress, 1989. Chris Evans, 1001 Sex Secrets Every Man Should Know, New York, Avon Books, 1995. As well as Chris Evans, 1001 Sex Secrets Every Woman Should Know, New York, Avon Books, 1995. But the division between them is not just physical. Karen again. Doesn't he see a door I'm going in there because I love him? You don't need to be a genius to realize there's something really bad about that place. Maybe, don't you see that? The only thing I want to do is go in there, but she's adamant that I don't. I love her, so I won't. But, well, it's just killing me. Maybe because I know this is all about her and her fears, her anxieties. She hasn't even given a thought to what I care about. Until finally, the lack of physical intimacy and emotional understanding leads both of them to make privately voiced ultimatums. Karen, but I will say this, if he goes in there and out here, consider Davidson. If she keeps up this cold front, you better learn in there. Then one night, in early August, Zanghano provided the blanks but never filled them in. In the equally famous drop in for dinner, it is a complete coincidence that they happen to be in DC at the same time, but neither one seems to know the presence of either. As said, any friend of Navy's is a friend of mine. Davidson and Karen have known both of them for quite a few years, so the evening is lighthearted and filled with plenty of amusing stories. Clearly, Karen and Davidson relish the chance to reminisce a little about some good times when things seemed a lot less complicated. Perhaps a little starstruck, Tom says very little. There's plenty of opportunity for a glass of wine, but he proves himself by keeping to wording, though he does excuse himself from the table once to smoke a joint outside. Much to Tom's surprise and delight, joins him. As the evening progresses, harps a little on Davidson's newfound domesticity. No more crazy Navy, eh? How those days going for good? I remember when you'd party all night, shoot all morning, and then spend the rest of the day developing your film. In a closet with just a bucket and a bulb if you had to. Round about you don't even have a dark room here. Which is just a little too much for Davidson to hear. Here. You wanna see a dark room? I'll show you a dark room. Don't you dare, Navy. Karen immediately cries. Come on, Karen, they're our friends, Davidson says, leading the two celebrities into the living room where he instructs them to look out the window so they can see for themselves his ordinary backyard. Satisfied that they understand nothing but trees and ground could possibly lie on the other side of the wall, he retrieves the fur-colored keys hidden in the antique bassinet in the foyer. Everyone is pretty tipsy, and the general mood is so friendly and easy, it seems impossible to disturb. Which of course all changes when Davidson unlocks the door and reveals the hallway. Takes one look at that dark place and retreats into the kitchen. 10 minutes later, he's gone. Steps up to the threshold, points Davidson's flashlight at the walls and floors, and then retires to the bathroom. A little later, he's also gone. Karen is so enraged by the whole incident, she makes Davidson sleep on the couch with his beloved hallway. No surprise, Davidson fails to fall asleep. He tosses around for an hour until he finally gets up and goes off in search of his camera. The title card reads, Exploration A. The timestamp on Davidson's camcorder indicates that it is exactly 3:19 a.m. Call me impetus or just curious, impetuous or just curious. We hear him mutter as he shoves his sore feet into a pair of boots. We look around. Without ceremony, he marks the door and slips across the threshold, taking with him only a high 8, a mag light, and his 35mm Nikon. The commentary he provides us with remains very spare. Cold. Yeah, really cold. Those are dark. Similar to the closet space upstairs. Within a few seconds, he reaches the end. The hole would not be more than 70 feet long. That's it. Nothing else. No big deal. Over this, Karen and I have been fed. Except as Davidson swings around, he suddenly discovers a new doorway to the right. Was not there before. What the? Davidson carefully nudges his flashlight into this new darkness and discovers an even longer corridor. This one's easily, I'd say, 100 feet. A few seconds later, he comes across a still larger corridor branching off to the left. It is at least 15 feet wide with a ceiling well over 10 feet high. The length of this one, however, is impossible to estimate as Davidson's flashlight proves useless against the darkness ahead, dying long before it can ever come close to determining an end. Davidson pushes ahead, moving deeper and deeper into the house, eventually passing a number of doorways leading off into alternate passageways or chambers. Here's a door, no lock. A room, a very big, empty. No windows, no switches, no outlets. Heading back to the corridor. Leaving the room, it seems colder now, and I'm just getting colder. There's another door, unlocked. Another room, again, no windows. Continuing on. Flashlight and camera skitter across ceiling and floor in loose harmony, stabbing into small rooms, alcoves, or spaces reminiscent of closets, though no shorts hang there. Still, no matter how far Davidson proceeds down this particular passageway, his light never comes close to touching the punctuation point promised by the converging perspective lines, sliding on and on, spanning one space after another. A constant stream of corners and walls, all of them unreadable and perfectly smooth. Finally, Davidson stops in front of an entrance much larger than the rest. It arcs high above his head and yawns into an undisturbed blackness. His flashlight finds the floor, but no walls, and, for the first time, no ceiling. Only now do we begin to see how big Davidson's house really is. Something should be said here about Davidson's hand. Although the footage he personally shoots, there rarely exists a shake, tremble, jerk, or even a case of poor framing. His camera, no matter the circumstances, manages to view the world, even this world, with a remarkable steadiness, as well as a highly refined aesthetic sensibility. comparisons immediately make Davidson's strengths apparent. Early Robert's tape is virtually unreachable. Tilted frames, out of focus, shakes, horrible lighting, and finally oblivion when faced with danger. Likewise, Karen and Term's tapes reflect their inexperience and can only be considered for content. Only the images Davidson shoots captured the otherness inherent in that place. Undeniably, Davidson's experience as a photojournalist gives him an advantage over the rest when focusing on something that is as terrifying as it is threatening. But of course, there is more at work here than just the courage to stand and focus. There is also the courage to face and shape the subject in an extremely original manner. See Razor Speed's Images of Dirt versus Paris by Night, the tenderly encountered history of rooms at Andrew Bush's Burnstown, work of O. Winston Link and K. William Henry Jackson, Edward Weston, William Baker, Yusuf Kirsch, Adam Kirk Merriman, Julia Margaret Cameron, George Bernard, Leonard Nielsen, Bob Ritz, Nancy Burson, Untitled 1993, Brother Lee, Henry Cartier Bresson, Police Death in the Year, William Wegman, Gordon Parks, Alvin Randall, Coburn, Edward Russia, Robert Pointing, Simpson Kalisher, Bob Everman, Volkert Hofer, Natural Buildings, 1991, Lee Friedlander, Mark Edwards, Harry Callahan, Robert Frank, Baltimore Sun Photography, Aubrey Brodero, Charles Gatewood, Frank Barker, Leland Rice, John Reynolds, Robert D'Alessandro, Victor Kepler, Larry Fink, Evan Davies, Bert Jacoby, Bert Ozil, George Washington Russell, Julia Margaret Cameron, Carlton Watkins, Edward S. Curtis, Eve Arnold, Michael Lessie, Wisconsin Death Trip, Aaron Siskine, Kelly Rose, Renaud Cooper, Bert Stone, James Van Der Zee, Leonard Freed, Philip Purkis, Keith Smith, Bert Glenn, Bob Brown, Laszlo Mohammadi, Leonard Arthur Rothstein, Louis Stepner, Ray K. Metzger, Edward W. Quigley, Jim Bankston, Richard Prince, Walter Chappelle, Paz Arizona, Rosamund Wolfe Purcell, E.J. Mary, Gary Renegade, Alexander Gardner, Wayne Bullock, Neil Slevin, Lou Thomas, Patrick Nagatoni, Donald Bloomberg, David Plowden, Ernestine Rubin, Will McBride, David Vestal, Jerry Picard, George Gardner, Elena Sincova, Frank Goheek, Olivia Parker, Charles Traub, Ashen Mehta, Walter Rosenbaum, Bruce Gilden, Imogen Cunningham, Barbara Crane, Louis Burns, Roger Manick, George Krause, Sarah Welter, William Horace, Ed Douglas, John Baldessari, Charles Herbert, Greg McGregor, William DeKirk, Lila Raymond, Hero, Darren Worth, Peter Marleburn, Brett Weston, Joe Friedman, Joanne Leonard, Larry Clark, Nancy Rexroth, Jack Manning, Ben Sherman, Mary Cassillas, Robert DeMurkey, Alexandra Markisarkis, Andreas Serrano, Rick Reynolds, Henrik Turns, George Roger, Ert Zanzibar, Bruce Davidson, Roberta Recchi, Jimmy Hare, Ruth Orkin, Masahiko, Yoshioka, Pearl Outerbridge, Junior Jerry N. Olsen, Lee York, Moon Delbert, Emmett Bowen, Kerry Wasserman, Susan Meseles, Naomi Savage, Henry Peach Robinson, Sandra Aleda, Boris Ignatievic, Eva Rubenstein, Ouija, Arthur Philippe, Benjamin Stone, Adam Cortezes, Stephen Shore, Lee Miller, Sid Grossman, Darnigan Koenig, Jack Roper, David Sims, Detlef Earle, Untitled, Margaret Burke Ripp, Dimitri Cassell, Ruth Hilberg, Kurt Blow, Francisco Verde, Jed Fielding, John Hartfield, Elliot Purdy, Gabriel and Helmut Nerffer, Nerffer, Francis Brugler, Jerome Liebling, Eugene Richards, Werner Biscoff, Martin Kirksey, Bruno Burnby, Linda Kerner, Oliver Gagliani, Arno Raphael, Lincoln, Richard Murderous, Judith Gordon, Philip Traeger, Scott Hurd, Ryan Van Dyke, Alan Carroll, Nida, Desperate Felix, Turnican, Roger Martin, Lucas Samaras, Raoul Harrison, Lauren Pease, Lisette Myrtle, Robert Leroux, Joseph Sadak, Glenn Lookford, George Birmingham, Thomas Joshua Cooper, Eric Hartzler, Ursula Bailey, Herbert List, Morello Riccardi, Franco Fontana, Red King, Georgie Zermer, Sergei Mikhailovich, Kokunin Gorski, Mario Sorrenti, Craig McDean, Rick Boone, David Douglas Duncan, Josiah Sekirui, Joseph D. Jakima, Richard Bertus, Richard Misrak, Yoshihiko Ito, Rainer Reed, Ellen Erberg, Aziz, Deborah Turbler, Arnold Newman, 65, Tazaki Grochovsky, Joe Peter Whitcomb, Adam Fuss, Inga Oswald, Enzo Ragazzini, Bill Owens, Serena Noskoriak, David Lawrence Leventhur, Mariana Limbrowski, Eugene Taylor, Nancy Haney, Elliot Arrett, Bear Rutt, Tazo Econos, Nicholas Nixon, Aaron A. Dutton, Henry Callahan, Joe Meyerowitz, Ruthven A. Burnett, Ulf Surst, Hiroshi Sugimoto, Tony Frisser, Joan Blakemore, Roman Vishniak, Bobby Fleming, Caffrey, Raul Carreras, Georgie Kipps, Joe Deere, David P. Bales, Michael Snow, Alexander Krasper-Berkey, Carl Bowen, Laura Gilpin, Andy Ruher, Tarja Lydia Elizabeth Lindstrom Cardwell, Corinne Day, Kristen McManamy, Danny Ryan, Eric Solomon, Desiree Shirley, Kirk Lewicki, Claire Beckwith, George Kitcherson, Sailing Ships in an Icefield, 1869. W. Eugene Smith, William Crane, Jose Ortiz, Nicole, Edward Muybridge, and David Octavius Hill, Ernest Sander, Edward Dozette, Herbert Bayer, Man Ray, Alex Webb, Francis B. Johnston, Russell Lee, Susie Lake, Jacob Delano, Diane Cook, Henry Kazoo, Lyra Kuznetsova, Mildred Georgievi, Terry Fincher, Joe Meyerowitz, John Eric Assange, Barbara Morgan, Edward Bobbitt, Hurst P. Hurst, Hippoly Bayard, Albert Kahn, Karen Helen Nura, Charlotte M. Capone, Abigail Heyman, Marion Post Walker, Lillian Baseman, Henry Holmes, Smith, Constantine Manos, John Neely, Michael Nicholas, Roger Fenton, Adolf Lemire, Chip Kirk, Ryan Carbo, Kevin Downey, Nick Nichols, also Eric Ader, Joe Campion, Les Walker, Rob Gilly, Don King, Jeff Hornbaker, Alexander Gallardo, Russell Hoover, Jeff Flint, Chris Van Lennep, Mike Moore, Brent Humber, Evan Ferrer, Don James, John Callahan, Bill Morris, Camilo Kondo, Leonard Brady, Fred Swingers, Eric Baseman, Shakir, Darryl Rune Booster, Joseph Libby, Russell Hoover, Peter Freedom, Craig Peterson, Ted Grandeur, Rodinho, Steve Wilkins, Mike Furley, Rodin Dale, Travuti, Cloud Urban Poop, Raymond Martner, Jean Perraud, Yuan Hong Liu, Dickie Chappelle, Brandon Rue, Brian Grigsby, Henry Hutt, Hung Tang Murray, Peter Ronald Van Deer, Everett Dixie Reese, Jerry E. Rose, Oliver E. Malone, Kim Savard, Bernard Morgan, Kerry Saru, Devon Vu, Nguyen Man Hui, Charles Richard Eggleston, Sam Howe, Nguyen Owen Reed, Dick Durrance, Vivian Yang, Bernard Cullenberg, Sam Costello, Al Chan, Philip Berkeley, and finally Eddie Adams, Charles Hurth, Rooney, Burroughs, and Dan McCullen, American soldiers tending a wounded child in a cellar of a house by candlelight, 1968. Allison, Adrian Burns, I'm not all of those names, believe it pronounced correctly, so my apologies. Probably a pain to hear me misread a name. It's just like, famous, close pronounced like that, my bad. Allison Adrian Burns, and others in Pioneer Reader, told me this list was entirely random, with the possible exception of Priscilla's being abortion link. So Pioneer was not very familiar with photographers. We just picked the names out of some books and magazines he had lying around, Burns told me. I would describe a picture to and he'd say no, or he'd say fine. A few times, he just told me to choose a page and point. Hey, whatever he wanted to do, that was what I was there for. Sometimes, though, he just wanted to hear about the LA scene, what was happening, what wasn't, the glass, the names of clubs and bars, that sort of thing. As far as I know, that was never written down. As Davidson takes his first steps through that immense arch, he is suddenly a long way away from the warm light of the living room. In fact, his creep into that place resembles the eerie faith required for any deep-sea exploration, the beam of his flashlight stretching at nothing but the invariant blackness. Davidson keeps his attention focused on the floor ahead of him, and no doubt, because he keeps looking down, the floor begins to assume a new meaning. It can no longer be taken for granted. Perhaps something lies beneath it. Perhaps it will open up into some deep fissure. Suddenly, immutable silence rushes in to replace what had momentarily shattered it. Davidson freezes, unsure whether or not he really just heard something growl. I better be able to find my way back, he finally whispers, which, though probably muttered in jest, suddenly catches him off guard. Davidson swiftly turns around. Much to his horror, he can no longer see the arch, let alone below. He's walked beyond the range of his light. In fact, no matter where he points the flashlight, the only thing he can perceive is early darkness. Even worse, his panicked turn and the subsequent absence of any landmarks has made it impossible for him to remember which direction he just came from. Oh God, he blurts, creating odd repeats in the distance. He twists around again. Hey! He shouts, spelling a multitude of A's, then rotates 45 degrees and yells balls. A long moment of silence follows before he hears the faint hooves racing back through the dark. After several more such turns, he discovers a loud easy, returns a Z with the least amount of delay. This is the direction he descends in. Within less than a minute, the beam from his flashlight finds something more than darkness. Quickening his pace slightly, Davidson reaches the wall and the safety he perceives there. He now faces another decision, left or right. This time, before going anywhere, he reaches into his pocket and places a penny at his feet. Relying on this marker, he heads left for a while. When a minute passes, and he has still failed to find the entrance, he returns to the penny. Now he moves off to the right and very quickly comes across a doorway. Only this one, as we can see, is much smaller and has a different shape than the one he originally came through. He decides to keep working. When a minute passes and he still has not found the arch, he stops. Think, Navy, think. He whispers to himself, his voice edged slightly with fear. Again, that faint roar returns, rolling through the darkness like thunder. Davidson quickly does an about-face and returns to the doorway. Only now he discovers that the penny he left behind, which should have been at least 100 feet further, lies directly before him. Even stranger, the doorway is no longer the doorway, but the arch he had been looking for all along. Unfortunately, as he steps through it, he immediately sees how drastically everything has changed. The corridor is now much narrower, and it ends very quickly in a T. He has no idea which way to go, and when a third growl ripples through that place, this time significantly louder, Davidson panics and starts to run. His sprint, however, lasts only a few seconds. He realizes quickly enough that it is useless. It is a useless, even dangerous course of action. Catching his breath and doing his best to calm his frayed nerves, he tries to come up with a better plan. Karen! He finally shouts, a flurry of errands almost instantly swirled in front of him. Tom! He tries, briefly catching hold of the arms as they too start to vanish. Though before doing so completely, Davidson momentarily detects in the last arm a slightly higher pitch and twang in his own voice. He waits a moment, and not hearing anything else, shouts again. I'm in here! Giving rise to tripping in ears reverberating and fading, until in the next to last instant a sharp cry comes back to him. A child's cry, calling out for him, drawing him to the right. While shouting I'm here and following the odd ease, singing off the walls, Davidson slowly begins to make his way through an incredibly complex and frequently disorienting series of turns. Eventually, after backtracing several times and making numerous wrong choices, occasionally descending into disturbing territories of silence, the voice begins to grow noticeably louder, until finally Davidson slips around a corner, certain he's found his way out. Instead, though, he encounters only more darkness, and this time greater quiet. His breathing quickens. He's uncertain which way to go. Obviously, he's afraid. And then, quite abruptly, he steps to the right through a low passageway and discovers a corridor terminating in a warm yellow lamp light, with a tiny silhouette standing in the doorway, tugging her daddy home with a cry. Emerging into the safety of his own living room, Davidson immediately scoops Daisy up in his arms and gives her a big hug. I had a nightmare, she says, with a very serious nod. Similar to the Combo Icefield at the base of Mount Everest, where blizzard racks and chasms change unexpectedly throughout the day and night, Davidson is the first one to discover how that place also seems to constantly change. Unlike the Icefield, however, not even a single hairline fracture appears in those walls. Absolutely nothing visible to the eye provides a reason for or even evidence of those terrifying shifts, which can in a matter of moments reconstitute a simple path into an extremely complicated one. Nothing visible to the eye provides a reason. A fitting phrase for what's happened. And I think Randy actually started off pretty well. I woke up having an almost wet dream about Thumper. She was doing this crazy murder-eating protruded zone dance, though. After cold veil thrown aside, oddly enough never landing, rather flying around her as if she were in the middle of some kind of gentle twister. The sheer sheets of fabric continued to encircle her, even as she removed more and more of them. allowing me only momentary glimpses of her body. Her smooth skin, her mouth, her waist, her yes, I get a glimpse of that too, and I'm moving towards her, moving past all that interference. Certain that with every step I take, I'll soon have her. After all, she's almost taken everything off. No, she's taken everything off. Her knees are spreading apart. Just a few more veils to get past, and I'll be able to see her. Not just bits and pieces of her, but all of her. No longer molested by all this nonsense. In fact, I'm there already, which means I'm about to enter her, which apparently is enough to blow the circuit, hit the switch, prohibit that sublime and much anticipated conclusion, leaving me blind in the daylight stream pouring through my window. Fuck. I go off the cuff in the shower. At least the water's hot, and there's enough steam to fill up the mirror. Afterwards, pack my pipe and light up. I wake and bake. Or make worse and bake. Have a bowl of cereal and a shot of bourbon later I'm there. My friendly haze having finally arrived. I'm ready for work. Parking's easy to find. On Vista. I drive up to Sunset, even drive up to the stars, practically skipping past the by appointment only sign. Were I skipping? Because as I step into the shop, I know I'm not even 1 minute late, which is not usually the case for me. The expression on my boss's face reveals just how astonishing an achievement this is. I couldn't care less about him. I want to see Thumper. I want to find out if she's really wearing any of that diaphanous rainbow fabric I was dreaming about. Of course, she's not there, but that doesn't get me down. I'm still optimistic she'll arrive, and if not today, well, fuck. Tomorrow's just another day away. A sentiment I could almost see. I immediately sit down at the side counter and start working, mainly because I don't want to deal with my boss, which can mean jeopardizing my good mood. Of course, he couldn't care less about me or my mood. He approaches, clearing his throat. He will talk, he will ruin everything. Except it suddenly penetrates that chalky material he actually insists on calling his brain that I'm building his precious points, and sure enough, this insult prohibits his trap from opening, and he leaves me alone. Points are basically clusters of needles used to shade the skin. They're necessary because a single point amounts to a prick not much bigger than this period. Well, maybe a little better. Anyway, 5 needles to go into what's called 5, 7 for sevens, and so on, so linked together towards the base. I actually enjoy making them. There's something pleasant about concentrating on the subtle details, the precision required, constantly checking and rechecking to assure yourself that, yes, indeed, the shapes are level, in the correct arrangement, ready at last to be fixed in place with darts of hot solder. Then I recheck or my rechecking. The points must not be too close nor too far apart or skewed in any way. Only then if I'm satisfied, which usually, though taking usually does not mean always. Where I scrub the shafts and put them aside to be sterilized later in the ultrasound or autoclave. My boss thinks I can't draw worth shit. But he knows I build needles better than anyone. He tells me all the time I'm retardedness, my tendency to drift and move there. And of course, those that will never ever get to tattoo anything. Johnny, you do nothing, shaking his head. They're gonna want to make permanent unless they're crazy. And let me tell you something, Johnny. Crazies never pay. About my needle making, I've never heard him complain once. Crazy. Anyway, a couple of hours was by. I'm finishing up a batch of 5s, my boss's cluster of choice, when he finally speaks, telling me to pull some barrels of black and purple ink and fill a few caps where I'm at it. We keep the stuff in the storeroom and back. It's a sizable space, big enough to fit a small work table in. You have to climb 8 pretty steep steps to reach it. And that's where we start all the extras. We have extras for almost everything, except light bulbs. For some reason my boss hasn't picked up any extra light bulbs already. Today, of course, I flipped the switch and fresh, brown poo. Okay, scratch the blame, the storing bulbs burn out. I commence flicking as if such insistent, highly repetitive, and at this point, pointless action could actually resurrect the light. It doesn't. The switch has been rendered meaningless, forcing me to feel my way back around in the dark. I keep the door open so I can see okay, but it still takes me a while to negotiate the shadows before I can locate the caps and ink. By now, this would affect my dream, to say nothing of the low-throwing delivered can of alcohol and Erlen bud. How on earth? Though I still continue to think about Thumper, slowly coming to grips with the fact that she won't be visiting today. This causes my spirits to drop substantially, till I realize I have no way of knowing that for certain. After all, there's still half a day left. Nah, she's not coming. I know it. She thought me, but it's okay. Tomorrow's. Fuck that. I start filling caps with purple, concentrating on its texture, the strange hue, imagining I can actually observe the rapid pulse of its bandwidth. These are stupid thoughts, and as if to confirm that sentiment, darkness pushes in on me. Suddenly the slash of lead in my hands looks sharp enough to cut me. Real sharp. Moving it will cut me. I don't move, and guess what? I start to bleed. The laceration isn't deep, but important stuff has been struck, leaking over the table and floor. Worst. I don't have room, except I'm not bleeding. Though I am breathing hard. Real hard. I don't need to touch my face to know there are no beads of sweat slipping off my forehead, flicking off my eyelids, streaming down the back of my neck. Cold as hands. Hands of the dead. Something terrible is going on here. Going extremely wrong. Get out, I think. I want to get out. But I can't move. And as if this were nothing but a grim prelude, shit really starts to happen. There's that awful taste again. Sharp as rust wrapping around my tongue. Worse. No longer alone. Impossible. Not impossible. This time it's human. Maybe not. Extremely long fingers. A sucking sound, too. Sucking on teeth. Teeth already torn from the gums. I don't know how I know this. But it's already too late. I've seen yours. Yours. I have no rights. I haven't seen this. The way they glisten red. When it begins reaching for me, slowly unfolding itself out of its corner. Mad, meat, all of it. I understand. Those eyes are full of blood. Except I'm only looking at shadows. And shelves. Of course, I'm alone. And then behind me, the door closes. The rest is in pieces. A scream, a howl, a roar. Arrows warping or splintering. That makes no sense. There's a terrible banging. The air is rank with stench. At least that's not a mystery. I know the source. Burrowed wherever. I've shit myself. Pissed myself too. I can't believe it. Urine soaking into my pants, fecal matter running down the back of my legs. I'm cutting it. I must run and hide from it, but I still can't move. In fact, the more I try to escape, the less I can breathe. The more I try to hold on, the less I can focus. Something's leaving me. Parts of me. Everything falls apart. Stories heard but not recalled. Letters too. Words filling my head. Fragmenting like artillery shells. Shrapnel like syllables flying everywhere. Terrible syllables. Sharp. Cracked. Traveling at murderous speed. Tearing through it all in a very, very bad, perhaps even irreparable way. No. So. Her. Is. Incoherent. Yes. Without meaning, I'm afraid not. The shape of a shape of a shape of a face disassembling right before my eyes. What rare and battered break. What a hook. Another melon or no melon at all. On snowy days or not snowy at all, far beyond the edge of Any reasonable awareness. This is what it feels like to be really afraid. Though of course it doesn't. None of us can truly approach the reality of that fear. They're in the midst of all that bedlam. At the sound of a hurt, or some other unholy blast, desperate and dying, slamming, banging into the thin row of my inner ear. Paper thin, in fact, attempting to shatter inside what had already been shattered long ago. I should be dead. Why am I still here? And as that question appears, concise, in order, properly accented, I see him holding on to the tray loaded with all those caps and bottles of black and purple ink. Not only that, but I'm already working as fast as I can through the doorway. The door is open, though I did not open it. I stubbed my toe, and falling down the stairs, tripping over myself, holding the tray in the air, the caps, the ink, all of it, floating now above me. As my hands, independent of anything I might have thought to suggest, reach up to protect my head. Something hisses and slashes out at the back of my neck. It doesn't matter. Down I go, head first, somersaulting down those 8 pretty steep steps, away through, leaving me to passively note the pain spots as they happen. Shoulders, hip, elbows. Even as I also at the same time remain dimly aware of so much ink coming down like a bad rain, splattering around me, everywhere, covering me, even the tray hitting me, though that doesn't hurt. The caps scattering across the floor, and of course the accompanying racket. Doing my best, telling the mirror, whoever else was there. Not that it was over, it wasn't. Not yet. The wind's knocked out of me. It's not coming back. Here's what I do, I think. And it's true. I'm possessed by the premonition of what will be, what has to be, my inevitable asphyxiation. At least that's what they see, my births and cries, they come running to the back, curled there by all that clatter and mess. What they can't see, though, is the omen seen in a fur. My fur, as I'm doused in black ink. My hands now completely covered, and see the floor is black, and have you anticipated this, or should I be more explicit? Jitter and jet. For a branding instant of which my hands vanished. In fact, all of me has vanished. We're in hell of a disappearing act, too. The already foreseen dissolution of the self, lost without contrast, slipping into oblivion, until mid-gasp, I catch sight of my reflection in the back of the tray. The ghost in the way. Seems I'm not loud, not quite. My face has been splattered with purple, as if my arms, right in contrast, and thus defining me, marking me, and at least for the moment, preserving me. Suddenly I can breathe, and with each breath, the terror rapidly dissipates. My boss, however, is scared shitless. Jesus Christ, Johnny, he says, are you okay? What happened? Can't you see I've shit myself? I think to myself. I think to shout. Now I see that I haven't. Except for the ink bleeding my threads where the pants are bone dry. I remember something about how much my toe hurts. He takes that to mean I'm alright and won't try to sew him from a wheelchair. Later, a patron points out the long, bloody scratch on the back of my neck. I'm unable to respond. Now, though, I realize what I should have said in the spirit of the dark, in the spirit of the staircase. Known so cold as I am. Which is to say, I am not what I used to be. Although Mr. Truth's sides may often seem impenetrable, I know without rhyme or reason. The reader who wishes to interpret Mr. Truth in his or her own may disregard this note. Those, however, who feel they would profit from a better understanding of his past may wish to proceed ahead and read his father's obituary in Appendix A-T-A, as well as those letters written by his institutionalized mother in Appendix 2E. Ed. appendix or I could stay here, but I think I'm gonna choose to stay here and keep following around. After putting his daughter back to bed, Davidson finds Karen standing in the entrance to their room. Well, what's the matter? She murmurs, still half asleep. Go back to sleep. Daisy just had a bad dream. Davidson starts to go back downstairs. I'm sorry, Navy, Karen says quietly. I'm sorry I got so mad. It's not your fault. That thing just scares me. Come back to bed. And as they later conferred in separate video entries, that night, for the first time in weeks, they made love again. Their descriptions running the gamut of anything from gentle and comforting to familiar and very satisfying. Their bodies had repaired what words never tried to, and at least for a little while they felt close again. The next morning, with harmony now restored, Davidson cannot bring himself to tell Karen about his visit. Fortunately, having now gotten lost inside his own house has for the moment diminished his appetite for its darkness. He promises to turn over the initial investigation to Billy Reston. Then recall the New York Times, Larry King, whoever, and we'll move. End of story. Karen responds to his offer with kisses, clinging to his hand, a stability of sorts once again returning to their lives. Still, the compromise is far from satisfying. As Karen records on her high 8, I told Navy I'll stay for the first week in there, but I've also told Mom I want to get out of here as soon as possible. Davidson admits in his. I feel lousy about lying to Karen, but I think it's unreasonable of her to expect me not to investigate. She knows where I am. I think. At which point, the study door suddenly swings open and Daisy, wearing a red and gold dress, barges in and begins tugging at her father's sleeve. Come play with me, Daddy. Davidson lifts his daughter into his lap. Okay, what do you want to play? I don't know, she shrugs. Always. What's always? But before she can answer, he starts tickling her around the neck, and Daisy dissolves into bursts of delight. Despite the tremendous amount of material generated by Exploration A, no one has ever commented on the game Daisy wants to play with her father. Perhaps because everyone assumes it is either a request to play always, or just a childish neologism. Then again, always slightly mispronounces always. It also echoes it. We finished chapter 5. What a journey it has been, and will surely continue to be. We're gonna see a couple more favorite streams this week. I'm gonna play a few more things on the stream a few more days. Keep an eye on Twitter, get a schedule up as soon as possible. As soon as my busy little favorite schedule will allow, I will post the schedule. Look forward to a couple more streams this week, and then we'll continue House of Leaves next week. I look forward to it. It should be a very refreshing experience. My name is Phoebe, and I love being here in the world with all of you at the same time. It's a lovely time, it's a lovely world, and it's a lovely all of you to be spending it. /with. So take care of yourselves, and don't hesitate to reach out to others to ask for help more about mutual aid don't hesitate. Rising town credits pulled up. What the hell? Let's make sure it's accurate. Yep, those are the credits. Okay. Alright. Let's get out of here. Snaps, come on. Can't feel the break. Snap though, can't feel the break. Break a leg. Hello? Yeah, it was fun. What's new doing something good? So we're in the next phase. If that... Well, yeah, I'm working on that. Well, we need...
Exercitus victoriosi laudantur amatoris tuo complectuntur volatus anserum desursum tua inutilis manent non sonata amisi cadenas meas amisi urbs manet distracta